The London Nocturne is brought to you in association with IG Markets. Welcome to nighttime cycling and a feast of two-wheeled action. Welcome to the IG Markets London Nocturne. Take one iconic city with one classic location. Add a dash of world-class cyclists. Mix in a passionate crowd with a side order of fun events, and you have the recipe for some really exciting cycle racing. We're here in Smithfield Markets for the UK's premier inner city cycle race, now in its 5th year on the calendar and attracting some big names from the sport. In the 12th century, this area of London used to be used for jousting tournaments and the occasional execution, the most famous being the Scottish hero William Wallace. Later it became the city's largest meat market. This fabulous building opened in 1868. But tonight, for one night only, it reverts back to its original use as a sporting location. And as the sun goes down, the action is going to hot up, as event organiser James Pope explains.
The Nocturne, quite simply, is a nighttime criterium race, so that's a circuit race. And we try and bring the Nocturne to some of the world's most iconic cities, so that's why we're here in London tonight.
It's one thing closing down a small village, and it's quite something else to close off almost the city centre of London for a night to do a bit of a race, so it's pretty special here.
It's not just about bike racing, it's about celebrating everything that's cool about cycling.
It's a great event. There's a lot of people come around out to watch us, and it's always inspiring when you see the crowds, and there's obviously some big names here to race against as well, which will spur me on a little bit extra.
The perspective of the speed you're doing, it looks a lot faster when you go at night time, and you get some good crowds with the lights and all that, so it makes for exciting racing.
Tonight we've got quite a mix of support races, so it's going to be quite entertaining for the crowd. So we've got the Kanzi folding bike race. We've also got the Schwab fixed gear longest skid. We've also got penny farthing racing for the first time this year.
In IG Markets, they put on a fantastic race here, and I'm really excited for it. I've got my light lenses in, so yeah, should be good.
We had events in Edinburgh and Blackpool over recent years, but now we're really trying to take the events onto the international scene. So we're already planning a Nocturne in Singapore. We're speaking to Melbourne, and we're also talking to other cities so that we can create an international Nocturne series by 2013.
I'm joined for tonight's entertainment by ex-world champion Rob Hales. Rob, what makes this form of criterium racing so exciting?
The fact that it's on such a short circuit, the crowd, especially here in London at Smithfield, and the fact that the race is just an hour, so it's so intense. It's such a hard event to ride, and we've got 6 corners here tonight, so it's just all action from the start to finish.
And what difference does it make actually being under floodlights at night?
The flood, it just magnifies the whole thing. The riders love to ride under it. The crowd, it just gives so much more to the atmosphere, and it is just so exciting. There's going to be so much action all night, and it just looks so much better and so much faster under light.
Now, you've raced in here this race before in the past, placed on the podium. What does it take to win?
A good sprint, good tactical awareness, normally good teamwork from your teammates depending on how the race goes, and hopefully some good weather. If it's wet round here, it's absolutely treacherous.
Well, let's have a more detailed look at the course. Here's the map. It's a 1.1 kilometre circuit around Smithfield Markets in a clockwise direction, taking 6 corners plus a 150 metres finishing straight. And to take us round the track, a former national road champion, Rob Hales.
So here we go. Start of the 1.1 kilometre circuit here on the Smithfield Nocturne. This is a very fast section of the race once the guys get going. few drains, a little bit bumpy. Hopefully there shouldn't be any rain tonight, which would affect the riders considerably. Just dropping slightly downhill now. Narrow left-hander into a sharp right-hander. Again, a few drains and white lines guys are going to have to watch out for. Nice little straight here, about 70 metres, slightly downhill again into a 90-degree adverse camber. At this speed, not really an issue, but when the guys are really going, it could cause some trouble. Slightly uphill here. They're going to be pulling all sorts of faces up here tonight. Just slightly dragging. And now we come up straight into another 90-degree left-hander through the bus station. Again, tonight should be dry, so not a problem, but if it's wet with the diesel around here, real big trouble. And 90-degree right-hander. We're now on the back straight. At the end of the race, on the last lap, this is where all the action is going to be happening. This is where the teams are going to be trying to get their sprinters up here. Coming into the second to last bend now, right-hander. If you're not in the top 4 by now, it's pretty much game over. So there's really going to be a big fight for this bend. 90 degree. It's quite wide. Only 100 metres into a right-hander. And this is the last bend now. 90 degree, 150 metres to the finish. If you're not in the top 2 or 3 by here, this is it. You're not going to be getting yourself on the top spot of the podium. Very quick now. They're going to be out of the saddle, sprinting now to the line, and obviously someone's going to be putting their hand up.
And 2 of the main favourites to take the win here tonight are Dean and Russell Downing. Now, I know a thing or two about sibling rivalry. Having raced against my brother Martin, it certainly does add a little spice to the competition.
It's been a few years since we raced together, with Russ stepping up to Team Sky now, but this is a major, important event for myself personally, but my team as well.
Just recovering now from the Giro, which was pretty impressive and hard for 3 weeks, so it's taken a while to recover from that.
Like Russ said, the Giro, what he's just completed, is top of the tree for pro cycling. Criteriums here at Smithfield, London, is it's a big part of my racing and our team's racing, so we're getting pretty good at this. Racing against each other is going to be different tonight. Hopefully I'm going to be going better than our last crit encounter in 2009 here, so my form's bubbling at the minute. Maybe I'll give him a few nudges in the ribs or something like that.
I've got Alex Dowsett, who's been going really well, and he's been a big key in Team Sky's lead-out trains. If it's all together at the finish, Alex would do a good job if he can get in between the Rafa boys, really. The Giros has taken a lot out of me, but I'm here to race. I'm not here just to make the numbers up, so if the legs are good, the legs will be good, and we'll see what happens.
Almost Liam and Noel Gallagher-esque. Rob, how would you describe the Downing brothers' riding technique?
Russell and Dean, they're 2 of the most aggressive bike riders that we've seen from Great Britain, especially on a course like this tonight.
And the fact that the teams that they're riding for, would that make a difference?
Oh, most definitely. You've got Russell, he's got one teammate in Alex Dowsett, both riding for Team Sky. And then you've got Dean riding for the local team, Rafa Condor Sharp. This is their local event. They've never won it. He's definitely going to be up for it tonight.
So tension already starting to build for the men's elite criterium. But let's have a look at some of the earlier action. Not just the premium criterium event in the UK, the London Nocturne celebrates many things cool about cycling. So we witnessed the Schwalbe fixed gear longest skid competition. Competitors battling it out for the longest back wheel lock. Hillbilly, aka Jim Sullivan, the winner with an impressive skid over 100 metres, taking home a pair of Schwalbe Durano skid tyres and a bottle of champagne for his troubles. City firms were invited to simulate the trials of the Tour de France and compete for the glory of the fastest business in the city. The IG Markets Team Challenge included stages to test sprinting, bunch racing and time trial. In the end, it came down to a relay, with Schroders edging it and being declared champion team. Next, it was the turn of the women. 35 riders from 16 teams competing in a 30 minutes plus 5-lap race.
A fantastic field for the women's elite criterium as the riders make their way off the start line. Well, this should be a very, very fast race as the riders just get themselves organised. The rider at the front straight away is Helen Wyman, a Great Britain cyclocross international. In fact, probably one of the best women's cyclocross riders in the world. Now, Rob, we have an attack forming.
Yes, we've got Hannah Barnes on the front in her National Championships jersey in the white, with Lucy Garner, her teammate, on a wheel. And we've just got Helen Wyman trying to jump across to them. She's just got about 10 lengths.
So this attack now has been established as we head towards the final few corners into the line, and Rob Wyman's now got to work out how to beat these two Motorpoint riders.
She really has. I mean, we've got Hannah Barnes here on the front. She's probably the quicker of the three. They're just going past the pits now with two bends to go, and she's really got to work out exactly how she's going to do this.
So they lean into that corner, and the national champion, resplendent in her jersey, on the front as they lead into the finishing straight now. It's going to be a long, long drag race to the finish line as Barnes injects the pace now, sprinting to the line, and what a sponsor's dream. Barnes wins, Garner in second place, and they completely outwit Helen Wyman. There's confirmation of the result. It's a 1-2 for Motorpoint.
So, Rob, is that the way you expected it to go in the women's elite?
Yeah, I think definitely. You know, the three riders up there, Hannah, Lucy and Helen, they're all the three that are on form. And yeah, fortunately the weather held off, and yeah, nothing untoward, so definitely. And with Hannah winning, national champion, showing the jersey off, fantastic.
Exciting race, and congratulations, Hannah. A brilliant, brilliant race. Did it help having your teammate Lucy with you?
Yeah, we're pretty attacky riders, and there's always going to be one of us at the front. It was just lucky that there was both of us, really.
You've got quite an intense racing schedule on right now with Motorpoint.
Yeah, definitely. The last 2 weeks has just been manic, really, and I haven't been going well like the beginning and the start of this week, so I'm pretty pleased that today went really well, because it's the first time I've won it in a row this time. So, and just the crowd is just amazing, and you've got people cheering your name that you don't know who they are. They just hear your name everywhere, so it's just amazing.
Please welcome from Team Motorpoint, Hannah Barnes.
We'll have more after the break with the men's elite criterium.
We're looking to show well. There's plenty of international competition here.
To ride a criterium right in the centre on a Saturday night like this is a great spectacle.
We've also got penny farthing racing, fold-up bike action, and a visit from a famous friend. Don't go away.
All in all, it's about camaraderie.